Welcome back. Well, the first face-to-face meeting between U.S. and Communist Chinese officials under the Biden administration off to a hostile start, with the two sides clashing over cybersecurity and human rights issues and ultimately power. But even before the summit began, China's ambassador to the U.S. predicted it would be tense, saying, quote, "If anyone believes that the Chinese delegation travels to Alaska just to give in and make compromises, then I would suggest my colleagues in Beijing cancel their trip. I hope people with such a belief will discard their illusion." Let's bring in Fox News senior strategic analyst and retired four-star General Jack Keane. General, what happened yesterday, very indicative, very significant. Opening statements were supposed to be brief. Instead, they went on for an hour, both sides pointing fingers at the other, saying, you're the aggressive, you're the problem. Is this a sign of two powers, both of which think the top dog facing off? What do you take from what happened in Alaska yesterday?
Well, this is a new administration having their initial talks with China, certainly, and President Xi has been in power for 8 or 9 years, so he's very experienced. And what we have here is these are the two major powers in the world, and we're definitely declared adversaries with each other. And the Biden administration, very critical for them, I think, for them to stake out their positions here. And you know, I think it's very interesting here. While there are significant differences between the Biden administration and the Trump administration in terms of domestic policy, certainly a developing policy in the Middle East, which seems to be a variant from Trump. There's a significant amount of continuity here, Pete, which I think is encouraging. It's not perfect by any means, but, I mean, they have taken, in principle, Trump's tough stand against China, and the specifics support that. They are agreeing with Trump's trade deal, with the export restrictions, with the sanctions. In fact, the Biden administration increased sanctions this week on 24 Chinese officials. They pushed back on China's crushing Hong Kong's democracy, on China's genocide campaign against the Uyghurs and the intimidation and coercion of Taiwan specifically, but also the other allies in the region, and their military expansion in the South China Sea, and much more at home is China's massive cyber espionage campaign against the United States to steal our intellectual property, to steal our secrets, undermine democracy. They're coming on full throttle in all of this, yes, and staking out U.S. positions, which is a good thing. I mean, I hope today they take on China over COVID, because we need an independent investigation. I think we have a right to call for that. I think the international community would support it. It was pure subterfuge what went on with the WHO's inspection several weeks ago, because they had on the inspection team a Chinese scientist and investigators as well, and it just discarded the credibility of it. So, yeah, this is a good first step in my books. It remains to be seen. This is more talk than action, Pete, to be sure. And we've seen in the previous Obama administration, a lot of strong talk, but they carried very little sticks, not much action in terms of pushing back on adversaries. Certainly that is a lingering concern that most of us observers have, and where this administration will go. But as of right now, they are standing up to China the way they should be standing up to them, and hopefully the actions will follow the rhetoric in terms of policy formulation.
And that's what Beijing's going to pay attention to, are those very actions. You're exactly right. But let me move from one dictator to another. Vladimir Putin, see, on Wednesday on ABC, President Biden called Vladimir Putin a killer. In response to that, Vladimir Putin wished Joe Biden good health, you can read into that what you want, and challenged the president to a live discussion. Is this Vladimir Putin sort of trolling Joe Biden? Is this indicative of the kind of relationship they'll have? What do you take from it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's fairly humorous myself. I mean, there's no public policy formulation here. I mean, Biden is responding to a leading question about, is Putin a killer? Most of us probably believe he is. I think we got an honest statement to that, but it's not, policy formulation. I think it's how he thinks about Putin as a thug and a killer. Putin's response is sarcastic and calling out Biden in a debate. Listen, here's the other issue here. The previous Obama administration always talked tough with Russia. The Trump administration did not talk tough with Putin. But the Trump administration was tough on public policy formulation against Russia's expansion. It remains to be seen here if they're going to stand up to Putin and Russia the way they are at least beginning to stand up against China. And that's just something we're going to have to watch and wait for. Putin has always believed that he was inside Obama's head, and he had his way with him. And I think there's evidence to support it. I think Putin thinks he can maybe do the same with Biden. It remains to be seen what has happened. I wouldn't make too much of these statements. So let's follow the policy and follow the action.